What's up, everybody, and welcome into the 24/7 Sports Channel. We have another exciting commitment for you here today. Is Kingston Flemings, a top 20 prospect in the national class and one of the three best point guards in that class of 2025, is set to announce his commitment right here on the 24/7 Sports Channel. We're just moments away, but let's take a look at what is at stake. Again, Kingston Flemings, one of the very best point guards in the country, an elite athlete, has a ton of game and a ton of burst in the open floor. One of the most dynamic players. Is down to two finalists. He's going to be staying in the state of Texas, but he's going to be deciding between Houston and Texas Tech. Obviously visited both campuses. Kingston is a native of San Antonio, and as I said, one of the three best point guards in the national class. So there is a lot at stake in this one. Let's take a look at that prospect profile here before we go live to Kingston. And as you can see, he is a top 20 prospect, number 2 in the state of Texas, 6'3". So he has terrific positional size. I think he's up to 175 pounds now, but he is getting stronger. He's got size. And as I said, you are not going to find a more dynamic lead guard or athletic lead guard anywhere in the country. Without further ado, we are going to go live to Brennan High School in San Antonio. Kingston, welcome to the show.
What's up? What's up?
I'm doing good. How you doing, man?
I'm doing pretty well.
All right, great. Now, before we get going, I want to give you a chance to introduce us to who's with you here on this special day.
I got my mom right here. I got my dad over here, and then my sister right here will do the questions.
Now, your sister, I know you're a basketball star, but your sister is a budding media star. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Well, if that's the case, I'm gonna take a step back and I'm gonna let Bella run with it. So, Bella, the stage is yours. You take this over.
Hey guys, I'm Bella Flemings. I just have a few questions to ask you today, Kingston. So, what went into you choosing Tech and Houston for your two finalists?
Yeah, two great schools. I mean, Tech and Houston, both from the very beginning, were on me. Believe in me from the very beginning. Before I was top 2 in Texas, before I was top 20 in the country. So, both two schools that coaching staffs believed in me, both schools that play fast, win. So I had to put them in my top 2.
And is there anyone you would want to thank before we make this announcement?
Yeah, I got a lot of people. I'll probably forget some here too, but I want to thank obviously my parents and my parents here, getting me playing basketball, pushing me from the very beginning. My teammates over here, you can't see them in the screen, but push me every single day at practice, everything like that. Coach Cody, Coach Ward here in the front, just Coach Cody's been coaching me since, second grade, before we were a little bit before that. So, just all that. Coach Devon right here on his phone. You can't see him either, but he trains me every single day. There's a lot of people to thank. So those are the short few.
Okay, back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Bella. Now, Kingston, I know there's a lot of people in the state of Texas wondering exactly what school you are going to, as well as college basketball fans around the country. The time is here. Where are you going to be playing your college basketball?
Okay, make sure you're still in frame. Wait, Kingston, back up. Wait, Kingston, you need to back up. You need to back up. You need to back up.
Kingston Flemings is headed to Houston to play for Kelvin Sampson. What a huge get for the Cougars. All right, Kingston, congratulations first and foremost. It sounds like there's a lot of excited people there. I know this was a tough decision for you, but what was it about Houston that made you decide that was the place for you?
Winning culture. I mean, they've won everywhere they've gone, Coach Samp and all that. So, want to go to a school where I'm playing with the best, against the best, and for the best. So, just going to a school that I know I can win a national championship in. Houston is that.
Well, it certainly is. I know they have a proud point guard tradition down there, but what would you tell those Cougar fans that you are bringing specifically to the program once you arrive in town?
Bringing a winner, someone that's going to come into practice every single day and work, someone that could do whatever they need me to do on the court. If they need me to defend the best player, I can do that. Need me to score, I'll do that too. So, just trying to bring a national championship to Houston.
Woo!
All right. Well, Kingston, you know what? It's time to celebrate, and it sounds like your family and friends are ready. So you guys go have a good time, and thank you so much for sharing this special moment here with us on 24/7 Sports.
Thank you.
All right, everybody. That is Kingston Flemings off the board to Houston. A huge commitment for Kelvin Sampson. For more on this, I'm going to bring in Travis Branham to help me break down what it all means. Travis, obviously, this was a hotly contested recruitment up until the very end. But what is Kelvin Sampson getting in Kingston Flemings?
I mean, he said it best. He's a winner. This is one of the best athletes in the class, especially at the point guard position, a guy who has a burst of speed, a quick first step, great getting downhill, great pushing the ball in transition, but he's continued to develop over the past 2 years, particularly in polishing and tightening his handle, becoming more dynamic and creative off the bounce, able to get into the lane and create for other people, but also expanding his shot making. And while all that has been fun and exciting to watch grow and develop, what he might do best is what he does on the defensive end of the floor, using that length, using that athleticism to really make an impact there. So this is a two-way player and a very promising prospect. As you said at the start of the show, he has been filling out his frame. We had him listed at 165, but he's starting to push towards that 175 mark. And so when he gets into Houston, there's a lot that program can do to just continue to put on strength and muscle into his frame. And one kid that we can positively say that the best years of his basketball career are still ahead of him.
All right, Trev, you mentioned the defense, and that's what I want to ask you about. This Houston program has won 28 or more games for 4 consecutive seasons, and that includes being in the midst of jumping from the AAC to the Big 12. On top of that, they've finished in the top 10 in defense in all 4 of those seasons. Last year alone, they were 2nd overall in the country in defense and top 5 in both turnover percentage and effective field goal percentage. The reason I highlight that is because that is a rare tandem where you have a defense that can both force turnovers, which means they're ultra aggressive, and yet still simultaneously not give up easy shots. It takes a special caliber of athlete and competitor to play in that system. So what should be the expectations on that end of the floor? I know we've talked about how talented he is, but Kelvin Sampson has said, even as recently as this fall, all freshmen have a major learning curve. So on the defensive end of the floor, when do you expect that Kingston will be ready to make a significant contribution for the Cougars?
Yeah, I mean, it's all going to be dependent upon just how quickly his frame fills out. Now, we've seen kids, especially in their senior years, as their body continues to mature, they can potentially add 10 pounds between now and the time that the college basketball season starts. So if that were to happen, I think he's ready right away to potentially come off the bench, put in good minutes, quality minutes, make an impact on the defensive end of the floor. Again, first and foremost, to me, that's what has always stood out to me about him. And so, but if that frame takes a little bit more time playing in the Big 12, maybe it could be a year 2 if he is a 2-year type of player. So he may need some time, but to me, this is an absolutely perfect fit between him and Houston, and a guy that I think Cougar fans are going to absolutely love having him wear their jersey.
All right, last question for you. It's about the Houston recruiting class collectively. Obviously, this is their 3rd commitment, but it's also their 2nd guy inside the top 20 as Flemings joins Isaiah Harwell to make what certainly looks like one of the best backcourts in all of college basketball. It's certainly Arkansas would make a claim for that with Darius Acuff and Malik Thomas. But this tandem, knowing that they're going to be losing LJ Cryer, knowing that there's going to be a lot of minutes available in the backcourt next year, how does this tandem fit together? Kingston Flemings, Isaiah Harwell, and what does that mean for the future when you talk about some of the other young guards they have in the program with Miller and others this year being true freshmen?
Yeah, their backcourt is very promising with these 2 guys, and 2 guys that fit alongside each other very, very well. You got the initiator, the playmaker in Kingston Flemings now on board, while you have the scorer and shot maker in Isaiah Harwell out on the perimeter. Now, Isaiah's game over the past year and a half has been a bit derailed just by injury. We haven't gotten to see him much. So him catching back into rhythm and speed of the game could take some time for him. But with those 2, you got the scorer, you got the playmaker. And so the years ahead with that talent level and with the upside between those 2 is very, very exciting if you're a Houston fan.
The other thing I like for Kingston Flemings is the fact that while there are immediate minutes available because LJ Cryer is moving on, if everything goes according to plan, Milos Uzan would be back next season, which means Flemings could play right away, but doesn't have the full responsibility of running the team single-handedly. I think that's the best of both worlds, where you get to cut your teeth and learn through your mistakes, but it is not all on your shoulders. So potentially big-time opportunity, as you said, an obvious fit between Houston and Kingston Flemings. For much more on this, you're going to want to go to the 24/7 Sports site, and you're going to want to keep it locked right here for the rest of the week. We have live commitments coming to you tomorrow with Davion Hanna, Saturday with Bryson Tiller, and Sunday with Sebastian Williams-Adams. The 24/7 Sports channel is the place to be when it comes to live high school basketball and football commitments.